So hello and welcome back to We Talk Boxing. And today I will be doing a brief analysis along with a fight prediction of the fight between Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. So before we begin, please subscribe, like, comment and share for more boxing related content, as well as this will help us promote this channel even more. Now this is a fight that I'm very much looking forward to, as we see two British fighters face each other on Saturday, with two legendary fathers who have fought in the past twice, obviously having grueling matches against each other. So hopefully this could live up to the expectation. So this matchup is going to be fought at a catch weight of 157 pounds for both boxers, as both guys are naturally in two different weight categories. Obviously Conor Benn is a welterweight at 147 pounds, whilst Chris Eubank Jr. is currently fighting at 160 pounds, obviously, which is the middleweight division, and he has fought up as high as obviously 168 pounds in the past as well. So currently, obviously, as it stands, there's roughly 13 pounds difference between both guys in their respective weight categories divisions. Also, I guarantee naturally both guys, walk around a lot heavier than their current fighting weight, which I guarantee as well that potentially they would feel comfortable in fighting against potentially a lesser opponent at that heavier weight. But obviously, this is slightly different because both guys are a little bit more elite, which means that there's a lot more on the line, and guys can potentially get hurt at that different weight as well. Both boxers have good boxing records, with Conor Benn currently having 21 fights with no losses to his name, and he's currently ranked in all four of the boxing organisations quite highly as well. So he's number 4 with the WBO, number 5 with the IBF, number 5 with the WBC, and number 4 with the WBA. He's also ranked in the Ring Magazine ratings as well, where he's ranked number 9 with those as well. Whilst Chris Eubank Jr. has a good boxing record as well, 32 wins in 34 fights with 2 losses to his name, and is ranked quite highly as well in 3 of the 4 boxing organisations, where he's number 2 with the WBO, number 3 with the WBC, and number 1 with the WBA. And again, he as well is also ranked in the Ring Magazine, where he's ranked number 6 as well. So again, both guys, have good pedigree and good caliber, of experience behind them as well. Now, when comparing both boxers' physical stats, Conor Benn is the younger man by 7 years, and he started his professional career in 2016, whilst Chris Eubank Jr. started his back in 2012. Eubank Jr. is also the taller man by 3 inches in height, and has also, a reach advantage of 4.5 inches as well compared to Conor Benn. Now, both guys have respectable KO rates in their respectable divisions. Conor Benn currently has a 67 KO rate in the welterweight division, and Eubank Jr. has a 68 in the middleweight division as well. So again, both guys, have good KO power, so they can potentially knock each other out here. Also, both boxers have been quite active in the last couple of years, having roughly 3 to 4 times, since 2021. So hopefully, there won't be much ring rust between both guys in the ring when they do obviously face off against each other. Now, also the caliber of opposition that both guys have fought against, today has been quite good. Obviously, Conor Benn, he shared the ring with the likes of, Sebastian Formella, Samuel Vargas, Adrian Granados, Chris Algieri, and recently Chris Van Heerden as well. Whilst Eubank Jr. shared the ring with the likes of Tyrone Booth, Chudinoff, Gary O'Sullivan, Nick Blackwell, Arthur Abraham, James DeGale, Liam Williams, George Groves, and Billy Joe Saunders as well. Where the latter two guys, are the guys that have caused Eubank Jr., they've beat him, so they're the guys, George Groves and Billy Joe Saunders who have defeated Eubanks in the past as well. Now, for me and for most people, Chris Eubank Jr. is the clear favourite in this fight so far. Obviously, he's the bigger man, and he has fought against, the better quality of opposition as well. And he's got a little bit more big fight experience as well, so he's got a lot more going for him compared to, obviously, Conor Benn. But, for me, Eubank's biggest asset in this fight going ahead is durability. You know what I mean? As he can take a punch, and he's also, you know what I mean, he knows how to ride punches quite well. And I believe this is going to be his, you know what I mean, if the going gets tough and Ben is trying to stick it onto Eubank, you know what I mean. But Eubank would just pretty much look to try and tie Ben up and use his, you know what I mean, his distance quite well by taking some of the sting out of some of the punches as well, by stepping in, or maybe potentially stepping backwards just before Conor Benn throws his shots, or potentially tries to put an aggressive burst on as well. So again, he would just look to try and nullify Conor Benn. I also think, you know what I mean, that Conor Benn has some advantages in this fight as well, because he is the fighter that, you know what I mean, hasn't got to lose any weight for this fight, whilst, you know what I mean, also trying to, you know what I mean, maintain his punching power and durability, you know what I mean, for that weight. Potentially is going to be a lot easier for him compared to Eubank as well, because obviously Eubank has to lose the weight to drop down to, I mean, a different weight, where he has to potentially try and keep that durability, but also have the punching power to cause Conor Benn a lot of trouble as well. Also, as many fighters would tell you, you know what I mean, when losing weight, sometimes, you know what I mean, you struggle to have an impact on your opponent in the ring, because you feel drained, and you know what I mean, sometimes you just don't feel as if you got that strength behind you, you know what I mean, when you're throwing your punches as well. And that's mainly from the weight cut. Plus, you know what I mean, we all know how defined Chris Eubank is, you know what I mean, and having to lose weight is going to be tough for him, because he's mainly going to be losing, lean tissue, and that's going to be interesting to see how he looks, how he feels before and after the fight, and also how he performs in the ring on the day as well. So that's, you know what I mean, what I'll be looking for after, before, and during the fight as well. Now, my predictions for this fight is that Eubank will eventually potentially win on points, and maybe by a split decision as well. As I feel at times, you know what I mean, during the fight, that it's going to be very scrappy due to a clash of styles as well. But I also see, you know what I mean, both guys getting hurt, and potentially even Ben being dropped a couple of times, you know what I mean, but coming back, and you know what I mean, I reckon he'll cause Eubank some trouble as well, where potentially, you know what I mean, he may look that, you know what I mean, that he's on top during certain rounds, where he may even win some rounds, maybe even a 10-8 as well, potentially, without even knocking Eubank down. But anyway, you know what I mean? I've gone through an analysis. I've gave you my predictions. But let me know what you guys think about this fight. You know what I mean? How do you see it going? Who do you see as the clear favorite for this fight? And who do you think, you know what I mean, is going to win, and by what method as well? So as always, you know what I mean, please let me know in the comments below. And also, you know what I mean, please like, subscribe, share for more boxing related content. Bless.